Hello there everyone, and a very warm welcome to North Bay in Ontario, Canada, and the Ford World Women's Curling Championship 2018. This city of North Bay is a popular tourist destination in summer and in winter. At this time of year you'll see ice huts like this and ice fishing on Lake Nipissing, one of the largest stretches of water in the province. Well, they love their curling in this part of the world, and what a week we've been having. The round robin is complete. We now have 4 teams vying for places in the semi-finals. Our game will be the 3rd versus 6 in the round robin. That's Korea against the United States, and the winners take on Canada. I'm Alison Walker, and with me, Luke Coley. We'll be bringing you live commentary on this one all the way through, and giving you updates on the other qualifier as well between the Czech Republic and Russia. Teams marching in for this very, very important game and enjoying the applause of the crowd. Sets of teams enjoying the atmosphere. So here are the teams for Korea. Kim Yong-mi is the lead. Kim Son-young playing second. Kim Kyung-hee is the 3rd player for Korea. And Kim Eun-jung, the skip. That's the lineup for the Olympic silver medalists. Now we have the United States, Monica Walker playing lead. Vicky Persinger second. 3rd player for the States, Alex Carlson. And there's their skip, Jamie Sinclair. So both sets of players wishing each other well. Good luck in the game. Had a long, hard week so far to get to this stage, and there are the standings, Luke.
Yeah, Canada and Sweden straight to finish atop, class of the field, then Korea, Russia, Czech Republic, and the US. China loses out on the head-to-head record, the tiebreaker there. Then Switzerland, Scotland, and Japan at 5 and 7, 3 and 9, Denmark and Germany. And Italy rounds out the field at 2 and 10. First time we've had 13 teams and 6 teams into the playoffs. So Canada and Sweden finishing top 2 go straight to the semifinals, while 3 versus 6, Korea, USA, 4 versus 5, Russia, Czech Republic. Canada will play the lowest seed in the semifinals, and Sweden will play the higher of the 2 seeds remaining. Winners of the 2 semis will play for gold. The losers will play for bronze. We wrap up this year's Worlds.
Yep, and Canada and Sweden rewarded for their great performances in the round robin. They go straight to those semis. There is the other one, the other qualifier, Czech Republic against Russia. Expecting 2 very close games here. The one we'll be focusing on is Korea against the US. Korea beating the US in the round robin. Look, how much of a bearing will that have?
I think it's something the US will use as motivation, because it's a game that they should have won. It's a game that they felt they could have had, should have had, missed last rock of the game, and that's the difference. You miss your last stone draw, and Korea picks up the win, but both are in the playoffs. It doesn't mean anything now, other than Korea gets last stone advantage in the first end. And that's how we'll shape things up.
And Korea had such a great start in the round robin, going along well, and then tailed off a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe the amount of games they played, the amount of time that they've had attention on them, haven't been able to focus as much on the game that they would like to, or a little of fatigue too. That's a long haul at the Olympic Winter Games. Now here at the Worlds, you got to try and keep that intensity up, and it's hard to stay at that top level for that long. And overseas, the travel, lots of things for them. Whereas the US team, this is their first trip. Nothing to lose now. They just go out, try and go have some fun and see if they can win a game. And if they win, then they get Canada, and they'd love a rematch. They played them last night in front of a sold-out house.
Yeah, they'd absolutely love that.
I like 10. I like 10.
Korea, red stones. United States, yellow stones. Here we go then. 3rd versus 6 to get to the next stage, the semi-finals, to play Canada. Monica Walker gets us going, 31 years old.
Pretty good though. Take a look. Take a look. Pretty good.
Lives in St. Paul in Minnesota.
6.
From Concord, Massachusetts.
Easy, easy.
Been with this team for a couple of years now.
14-5. Easy. Yep. You're good.
In the Women's Worlds
Good job,
in
guys.
2015 in Japan when USA finished 10th. This is a
It was way cooler
huge
today. I think
improvement
it'll be way nice.
with this US team. Kim Young-mi, she's 27. So, in Korea, Olympic silver medalists, of course. This team known as the Garlic Girls because of that part of Korea that they're from produces a lot of garlic.
One. Keeping with food, nickname is Pancake.
Yes. They wanted some English nicknames and they didn't think Kim was appropriate. It would have to be Kim 1, Kim 2, Kim 3 and Kim 4. Lots
And
of
Kim 5.
and Kim 5.
Kim 6.
So they love breakfast, this Korean team, so they thought we'll
hair
name it after
tight?
food we
3.
like at breakfast.
all
So there's a
there.
pancake, there's a steak, there's a
Annie.
sunny side up.
Annie is a
Mine's
type of
big
yogurt.
side,
So
2. 2.5, guys.
they're a fun
Easy
team
over curling.
and excellent
Go high.
curlers as well. So
Let it die.
this is a
Easy,
great
yeah,
match
just
up
2.
here.
Just, yeah.
I enjoy breakfast too.
A bit softer on that one. Yeah.
Well, these teams had their breakfast and got down to the rink.
Sorry, I thought we
Not
were
have
all
to sit
there.
around and wait. It's kind of nice to be able to get out and get up, go through your regular routine, which they've been doing throughout the round robin.
They
The US
have.
has played a lot of the morning draws. That's throughout the way their schedule went, so they're used to it.
Yeah, and some teams prefer mornings if that's been their routine.
Well, there's an early mistake by the Korean side. They've really tailed off a little bit. They've had some struggles. They came back and won a game yesterday.
Yeah, this side was pretty good.
They're
too.
down big. They battled
they're
back,
similar
got some
speeds.
mistakes to come back, but
15.
get behind the 8 ball like that. And I think at
Yep,
this
I like
stage
that.
now, you're not going to see many teams give up leads that they came back from yesterday.
They're getting so close to the medals that
Top
they
8.
don't want
Shouldn't be a
to
little
miss
tight.
any
4, 5.
opportunities. Vicky Garcia,
Line 6. Line's good.
Yes.
Spinner room. Line's good, guys. 5.
he's out of Fairbanks Curling Club in St. Paul.
Top 8. Gotta go. Yeah. Just 3.
Couple of years with this team.
3. Hard. Go, go.
Cousin Greg Persia is the US men's national champion. He'll be beating the men's in Las Vegas next week.
Yeah, kind of an interesting. It's nice to see an Alaska connection with this USA team. Both Jamie Sinclair, Vicky Persinger, Vicky in Fairbanks, Alaska, and Jamie Sinclair was born in Anchorage, Alaska. Big connection there.
Kim Song-yeong, 24-year-old. It's a well-established Korean team, been together years and years. Went to school together, some of them as well. She's known as Sunny
Behind T. What'd you guys get on the last one?
Song-yeong Kim, because she
At
likes
a
her eggs
13.
sunny side up.
That's quite a bit.
Good choice.
We're going for center line.
But she's a very smiley player as well, so has a sunny disposition.
They're a fun team to watch play. Very aggressive, very entertaining, and they enjoy being out there. Lots of smiles.
Tight. 3.
Both these teams hoping to be smiling
Water room.
in a couple hours from now.
Coming down. Alex, 3. Gotta get Alex.
Want to get off
Hard.
to a good start.
Hard, Alex. Hard.
Want to get this one to the center line. Try and close up those
Go.
two stones they have in the house. Guards their top stone.
Just different release on this.
Opportunity now for Korea to get at those.
양미가 좀 빠졌어. 보고 와야 돼. 네. 약해. 가져와. 조금 약해. 가져와. 와야 돼.
Really trying to get by, but they'll throw the quiet weight, knowing that they have a chance to bring another one on the paint, and very nice weight control, knowing that if you crash on the guard, that was an option.
That'll do.
Wait, what am I doing? Drawing?
Or do you like the center again?
I don't mind one more center.
I don't mind the center. I think around.
Okay. 10 still? Yep.
This is the first of third stones. I
looks like
thought
a
they
ton
might
of
put
ice
one more
water on
center
it.
line guard out in front.
Can I get a little less?
We gotta get by the top one. Yeah, I think we're gonna be wide open though. Okay.
Sometimes players are drawn to make that kind of shot too soon. They could hold off. Let's cross 29.
Wait if you can.
6. Stop it.
6 is good. 5's fine. Lots of room.
It's from St. Paul, Minnesota.
6, 5.
St. Paul, one of the oldest curling
Just
clubs in the
room,
US.
Room.
4.
4's okay.
That's
Fine.
a neat curling club right in the heart of St. Paul, Minnesota, the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Fortunate enough to do an event a few years ago at that club, and just the character, the unique. You wouldn't walking down the street, you wouldn't know it's a curling club, and expands, and you get all the
거의 이렇게 맞아야
history.
되는데 더블 보고 웨이트 컨트롤. 일단
Some
더블
new
먼저 보는 게
clubs
나을 것
sprouting
같아.
up there as well. So the Four Seasons, where the US Training Center is a relatively new club. The US with a big upsurge in interest in curling following the success of John Schuster in the Olympic Winter Games. Here's Kim Kyung-hee, 24. 6-7 years with this team. Hits and rolls over to her other red. Nicely done.
Very nice rolls behind the corner. Korea hasn't been all that efficient with the hammer, just 32% of the time compared to 43 of Team USA. They've given up 16 steals against,
Yeah, I like that.
whereas the US has stolen 14 ends. So that's something to watch for, how Korea does with the hammer. Can they score multiple points? Can the US get force and steals?
Oh, clicks the second.
Oh, very nice. Able to get one of them. That was big because you miss all that, then they're both wide open. They can draw like 3.
밑에 내려오면 더블이야 그냥. 웨이트 5 중간에서 5 바이트까지.
I'll show you the key shot in the end so far. That double and roll.
She has a lot to her game, lots of variety of shots that she can play. This one's coming round now, and towards the button. She's going on a bit further than she would have liked.
I think there is good for middle. Looks like we're just drawing. Yep, I had a 14-2 on hers.
Well, not even hesitating. And thought maybe facing 2, you might hit and roll, try and roll to the in front. You could freeze it.
Okay.
I want to go top 4-foot with this one. Big rest if they know and they've seen. Obviously, everyone has access to all the numbers and everything. Seen the steals that Korea's given up.
All right, top
Go
4.
put the pressure on Kim Yoon-jung right away.
Yeah, I'm sure that's was the chat before the game. And it's good to see. It's for dramatic stuff for us watching, certainly. Jamie Sinclair, skip of the US team.
Line's nice. Line's good.
The US team, of course, that went to the
Well
Olympic
done.
Games.
Close line.
7.
These guys won the national championship.
7.
She's
Line's
from
good.
Anchorage
Line's
in
good.
Alaska,
Coming down.
as we mentioned.
Want to be above T.
The Alaskan connection.
Still 7.
Her hobbies are woodworking and construction.
What do you want?
Very good.
It's very different from what she's doing out here, although she's building an end.
Building it up.
Frozen that one.
constructing an end. Jamie Sinclair is it's an interesting story because she was born in Anchorage, Alaska. Her family, she grew up just outside of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, the capital of Canada, not far from here. Curled actually at Canadian Winter Games, competed
For Canada.
As in the Canadian events, and now is curling not far from where she grew up as a skip of Team USA for the first time.
This is Kim Min-jong, skip of Korea. 27 years old. Very much the linchpin in this team, even out with curling. Under the way she does all the cooking, organises who does what, who does the washing up. Very much the mum of the team. A steely competitor. Pass that guard nicely.
Trying to keep an angle on it. Played over the top. They do get shot stone. Just a well-managed stone. They knew they don't want to overthrow it. Well, there's the Young-mi cheer yell of calling on Kim Young-mi to sweep to get it to try and finish at the end.
Heard that a lot in the Olympic
Became
Games.
very popular, and a lot of people that didn't know the game thinking Young-mi was
a curling
Korean way of saying sweep, but it was just using the names to call on her sweepers.
I think Young-mi must be hearing that in her sleep.
She's got lots of notoriety, and there now. Popularity growing. Commercials for multiple different companies.
Line's good.
Yeah, they've been busy since the Olympic Games. Korean
Line's
team.
good. Line's good. Easy, no bumping. Easy then. Line's good.
So Jamie Sinclair here.
Line's good. Line's good.
Same pathway.
Small bump. That's fine. Nice judge. Sorry.
Well, that's a pretty good shot. Closes in the scoring zone. Forces Korea to have to get full 4-foot in order to get that second point.
Feels real fast.
Team's talking speed a little bit of the ice. Obviously, not as many people. It was very warm in the building last night. Maybe a little bit of frost was creeping in. Different paths at different speeds.
완전 저거 삐켜서 들어가서 웨이트까지 완전 들어가.
안 나갈 것 같아 이쪽. 아? 안 나갈 것 같아.
포프의
Lots of
중간까지.
stones in play.
넘기 가서 그냥 기다릴까? 9반 처음 쓰긴 하는데 그래도 아예 안 나가나 할 수는 아니라서 9반 4가 나을 것 같아.
안 나가진 않을 것 같은데 오늘 느낌 자체가.
Last stone, his first end.
라인 비슷해.
Look at the interval time, the hog to hog, the line you have to deliver it before and has to cross the other one in order to stay in play. They need the 4-foot though on this one. Get by, they'll be real close.
Oh, that was an effort and a half. Have they made it?
No, it comes up short, but a great sweep. I thought if they got by, they were going to be right there in the 4-foot, but just a little bit short.
So it's just the one for Korea. Korea 1, US 0
One
after
red.
the first end. crowd inside the arena, Memorial Garden Sports Centre here in North Bay for this qualification playoff. 3rd versus 6 in the round robin, Korea against the US. And the other game between the other two teams finished 4th and 5th, Russia and the Czech Republic. Score of 1 for Koreans in that first end. You might look back and say, oh, if we've got 2 there. Early days, but you do review your games and think, that we should have done that there. And
that one stops just in front. Slides in, we probably see the hit instead. Stops short. USA trying to keep the momentum. As you mentioned, Allison, John Schuster winning Olympic gold on the men's side in the playoffs here. Trying to win their 2nd world title for Team USA on the women's side. The only other one was 2003. Deb McCormick winning World Championship in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
things have really turned around a bit for the USA over the last few years, though.
16-8.
Working hard on the performance program.
Frosty over here.
They haven't had the success on the women's side that they obviously got on the men's of late. Couple Olympic medals for them. Qualifying for the playoffs and really trying to grow their high performance and development of not just one but multiple teams that could represent at the Worlds.
Yeah, they want some depth. Other teams vying for these big events, challenging that good competition. This one coming around quite nicely for Korea.
I like the bump and roll.
While the U.S. said has that one world title, Korea has never medaled at the Women's World Championship. Their best finish, they finished fourth twice, so it was in 2012 and 2014. That was the last time they were in the playoffs.
They've come close.
Back line.
Those were teams. Kim Mun-chi, who was the skip of that squad.
She was talking about the bump and roll here.
Go.
Want to try and roll that one onto the rings, and will just be on. Don't think they threw the weight they want. They want to try and move that one further back than where it went, and then they would have got a lot of further roll also.
Here's Sunny.
약하면 끝까지 와 그냥. 와야 돼. 끝까지 와야 돼. 끝까지 와야 돼.
Well, they get away with it. They almost clip their own.
어째요? 6-4 차는 게 너무 약해.
Mine really moved here. Okay. I think I'll get this.
US
I think a
bench.
positive 4 is all right. Yeah, I like that.
Scott Baird, coach.
Easy.
Of course, Scott, a Olympic medalist himself. He was the alternate with Pete Fenson in 2006.
Close, Alex. Line only.
One of 2
Close,
Olympic
Alex.
medals that Team USA has in curling.
Hard.
Similar line for this one.
Oh. Nice sweep.
It's a
14-1.
nice sweep, getting it into
That's
that
fine.
position, deep
Good.
into the house,
Works.
and with cover.
So it's not
There's
just
MG.
me, like it's yeah.
보고 들어가는 거는 그냥
Coach for Korea.
여기까지 위로 보고 와줘.
야, 5-6.
아 5, 아니 5.
5.
아 거의 5. 6까지도 나쁘진 않아. 거의 5, 6 보고 와.
저몇 초
The
나왔어?
problem where it went is it's deep. Now a draw can take it away. It's third shot in the rings, back of the 12 foot.
돌면서 좀 죽는가 봐.
They have some room for error. It is playing behind the corner guard.
잘 나갈 수 있어.
Gotta be careful where they place this to not allow for a double or a hit and roll for Team USA.
네.
웨이트만 맞죠. 칼탄 같아. 계속 와. 계속 와야 돼. 강이 계속 와야 된다. 계속 와야
Stone has to travel a long, long way. 45 meters or so. He's going to make it past.
너무 인터넷 섹시 오는 것 같아.
인턴할 때 좀 더 앞으로 내가 웨이트를
I don't think we need to do anything with that one. I think we hit the middle one and roll.
Okay. I don't mind this. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, 9-5.
9-5. Okay.
I think it'll run.
Well, there was a thought of hitting that top one, but
Yeah.
agree
I think the
it's not one that
movement's
you
late.
need to move. It's something that Korea can use, but
Pick
if
it
you
up.
nose this
We
one,
need
you bring
a-
play a little bit away from it. You can lie second and third, get a half shot from Korea, and you're all of a sudden set up for two.
Excuse me. Excuse us. Hey, my handle's not working.
You got the timeout part.
Technical timeout here.
6. B6. B6. Yellow.
Just giving the number so that they'll look at the handle after the end. The official will go out and just
9-5.
watch on the hog line.
Yep.
Sometimes they need new batteries. Sometimes they just aren't always working. But normally when you tip the rock, that'll activate the sensor.
9.
Remember, release before that
Easy.
hog line, that black line,
No.
for the green light to go on.
Lean. Clean. No. Lean yet. Yet.
Nice. 10.
That's it.
Really? Wow, okay.
That's a good shot for Vicky Persinger. Sometimes we've seen when you do have that technical timeout, you call the official, it throws off your routine a little bit. But Vicky just reset, went through her routine, prepared and threw that one.
린! 파이팅!
약해.
린! 가져와! 가져와! 가져와!
Looking for the roll.
Question is, where does it sit? It rolls a little bit too far, it looks like.
I was watching closely there to see when it finished.
So just like that, there was a nose
I
hit.
don't mind
The
rolling
roll
away.
went too
Yeah,
far.
I like that. I like that.
Now, USA
Control.
set up, chance to score two.
So you got 10 on your last one.
Okay, it did move a
Should
bit at the
move
end.
nice
in the
She wanted to be
Yeah.
the
Little
counting
fresh.
stone there. Kim Young-hee.
Yeah, gotta go. Yeah, hard all the way. Yeah, really gotta go. Yeah, hard. Hard all the way.
Yeah,
gotta go, hard. Hard, yeah,
Keep
yeah.
as straight as possible. Oh, and it's caught another one.
Oh, just couldn't do that. Now they're second. They're third, pardon me.
That was unlucky.
Sorry.
Just goes hard there. Huh?
Yeah,
Tiny
sliding a little
margins.
tight and didn't get it out enough.
Change the look
that
of
much
the
curl.
whole end
Probably
now.
11 too.
Looking much better from Korea's point of view.
Well, it went from Korea looking like a force to USA a chance at two, and now back to a Korean force. 'Cause even if you would have just hit and rolled out on your own, still would have been shot. Korea would have had to make a shot. Now,
웨이트만
play this.
선율이가 와야 될 것 같아.
Less risk because you're lying 1-2.
웨이트만 맞춰. 나이 괜찮아.
Window of opportunity for Korea.
기다려. 절대 넘기지 마. 기다렸다가 언니야. 넘기지 마. 나이 정말 언니야.
붙어 있어.
Right to the top of the forefoot.
I'll throw a real control. I still don't mind a touch more.
Yeah, nose is horns.
Okay, real 10-5.
Okay.
Way better.
Oh. 10-2. 10-2.
Look at
No,
the
it's
charting of
nice.
every stone.
No.
Video analysis. All sorts of stuff goes on in the background. That's 6. Counting. USA.
How was the weight gain?
10-3.
들어가려면 많이 들어가고 안 들어가려면 안 들어가는 게 나을 것 같아. 아까 손님 입고 근데 여기서 보고 완전 한쪽으로 이렇게 들어가. 근데 약간 좀 많이 들어갔어.
빼기에는 뒤에
조금만 더 접으시면.
나 그냥 스테이가 좋을 것 같아. 센터 라인은 봐야 돼, 그래도 닦아서. 네.
This Korean side's actually mixed up their lineup a little bit this week. Kim Cho-hee getting in a few games, get a little bit of a break. They have played a lot of games, a lot of pressure. They felt the pressure of these sudden death playoffs. They won their semifinal at the Olympics against Japan. A game that many will not forget.
It was
I know I won't, being in the building.
Incredible game between those two. First Seoul Asian semi-final. Looking for a little bit more of a roll there.
That works out pretty good. It takes away anything behind all those guards. Can't nose it, tucks just enough. Even if USA makes the perfect in-turn draw around it, they're going to have a raise.
To get by that guard, you might need to go. Right. I think if she goes to clear it.
I think to bury here, you probably got to go back 4 foot. It's going to leave
I want to make sure we clear the guard, though. I know it'll go sideways.
Korea freeze, but if they bounce off, then you can set up a skip's deuce.
Try to get it buried around there.
Okay.
T-line.
Yep. Speed's the same here.
Okay, back house isn't the end of the world.
Right. I think you can throw the same that you threw before.
What's the name? Sunny Pancake. Cho-Cho in the background. Lots of support for Korea here. People really did enjoy watching them at the Olympic Games. Quite a fan club. Here's the timings, look.
Throughout the week has been 14-5, sort of T-line. The draw that was short in the first end was 14-6.
Got room. 5. Line's good. Still got room. 5.
Probably even a little bit quicker than that.
Yep, hard. All the way
So
over here.
this one,
Yep.
it really got to go,
All the
but
way over here. Yep.
doesn't have the
Keep going.
line.
Go. Yep, hard. Hard. Tuck it. Go. Go. Hard.
A real good sweep. They didn't do much to that, and you see how much quicker it's already gotten early in this game. 15-3 hog to hog. But
15-3?
they took a cautious approach with that draw weight and where the line that they took.
Come on, 1v6.
Just
Yep,
couldn't
hard,
go
all the
early
way,
as
all
you
the way
see
over here. Yep.
Persinger and Walker.
All the way over here. Yep. Keep
Look
going.
at the
Go.
sweeping
Yep,
here.
hard.
My goodness.
Hard. Tuck it. Go. Go. Hard.
Fully open. If Korea knows this, then it makes that draw path even wider now and into a different track, as some of the players will talk about different spots in the ice that'll go different speeds.
I haven't been down that right side very much as yet. So looking to hit and pretty much stay in the same position, which they do.
알면 내 웨이트 3만.
The Korean bench must be pretty happy with the way this end is turning out for Korea.
Around? Yeah.
Well, Alex Carlson, her first. The
Give you a couple feet more. Sure.
chance at 2 was set up and took that away with her miscue. Well, nothing like a sudden death game and you got to draw against 4 in the second end with the hammer. These are shots that skips have to make.
She really does, actually. She cannot afford to go down by that margin, even at this stage.
Line's nice. Yep.
Last stone,
Full weight, guys. Line's good.
second end.
Hair tight. Line's good. Okay. It's all there. Line's good.
She seems to be pretty happy with it.
Sweepers just
Line's
staying
good.
close on this one. Seem to like
Full
it.
weight, yep.
Yep, no problem at all.
14-5.
And it comes really nicely done. And good to get one of those under our belt, I'm sure,
One
for
yellow.
Jamie Sinclair. They level things up here. This
It's that good.
qualification playoff
Yeah.
game, Korea won.
Yeah. Great
United
job.
States won after 2.
All right.
two skips there with, I'm sure, their own thoughts. Jamie looking around a little bit. Jung, oh, she's looking too now.
It had a C, but he put a B over
Two
it.
sheets involved in the action today in these qualification playoff games. Korea against the USA and Czech Republic against Russia. The winners of our game will play Canada, and the winners of the other one will play Sweden. By virtue of Sweden and Canada finishing top of the round robin, with that reward for performing well. New format, and it's been a busy time for the players and all the teams, but it's been enthralling stuff.
Running pretty nice.
It's one game extra in the round robin. Round robin used to end on the Thursday night,
Take a look.
now ending the Friday night. Going into the playoffs, more teams make the playoffs.
Good judge.
Top two teams get those spots, and then Canada gets the top seed.
이거는
They'll play the lowest seed
컨트롤.
in the semifinals of the teams that win. So in ours, because it's 3 versus 6, if Korea wins, they'll play Sweden. If Canada wins, or pardon me, if USA wins, they'll play Canada.
잡아. 아이 잡아. 많이 약해. 까지 와야지. 많이 약해. 와야지. 와 그냥 와.
Different change of plans here with that first stone in. Korea says, okay, we're going to hit it. We might see our first real open end of the game. Both teams going at it right away in this 3 versus 6 qualification game.
Nine five. Whoa.
Yep. Whoa.
Really up.
Clean.
Really up.
Whoa.
Clean. Stop. Really up. Clean. Good. 9-7. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, not that time's really an issue between for most of these teams, but never going to relax. You're always looking at different spots, but chance where you play some hits. Every shot not as pressure packed.
Still got to keep those concentration levels up.
There's a little miss. See if USA thinks about putting the center line guard.
Like tight. I think they're just gonna go around it. Which one? Okay. Top 4. Good. Back 8. To 7. Line's good.
8, 9.
Keepers
6,
just
7.
Come in,
No,
Dom.
keeping
just
an
6.
eye on this.
Line's good. 15. Sir.
They came down, huh?
Yeah.
I'm still getting really high splits.
Just resting at the top of the forefoot.
약해.
와. 계속 와.
I haven't seen with either of these teams not a lot of open ends. Don't seem to tend to play that style very often because they like to play an aggressive style, and Korea's shown that. Put stones out in front, play the guards. A little more unconventional than probably the U.S. Not the exact way that a lot of the conventional way, or what you would think is always they call you. Oh, you got to put a guard at this point. Nope, maybe we want to play this, and we'll go make that run back.
Hard.
Sometimes can catch teams off guard a little bit when they expect a certain shot to be played, and they play a different one, and then execute that.
Yeah, ends can change, strategy can change several times during an end, depending on what your opponent plays. You can set off with a plan, and it can change.
까지 와.
So no two ends are the same.
오. 비. 오. 경해. 푸시.
Jamie Sinclair, it's been quite the road to get to this World Championship. Won a couple of Canadian championships. She won gold, actually playing for last year's world champion Rachel Homan. She played lead for her at the Canada Winter Games in 2007. She won the 2014 Canadian University Championship for Carleton University, University out of Ottawa. But 2014 she started playing full-time in the States with Nina Roth, who was the Olympic representative for Team USA. And
so that mixture of Canada and USA, I'm sure she has some Canadian fans as well. This is the other game, the Czech Republic against Russia. No score in that one so far, very cagey stuff.
There's been a few early in those games that ends where they get a stone in play, they get a centerline guard, they come around, but then it's been one run back, blast everything out, and then that's led to the 3 straight blank ends, Czech Republic and Russia. Those teams, whoever wins that, won't know who they play until our feature game is decided, because unlike other brackets or playoff formats where it's a fixed bracket where the top seed will play the winner of the 4 versus 5 game, which is the Czech Republic-Russia. This isn't. Canada, the top seed, will play the lowest seed.
Yep.
So USA, the number 6 seed, USA, the lowest seed, if they win, they know for certain they would play Canada. Same thing with Korea, the highest seed in these qualifiers. If they win, they will play Sweden. And that would make for quite the semifinal. The two teams have played for Olympic gold.
Yeah, same.
Not full around that side.
Certainly would. A lot to happen before then. There's a view on the big screen of the Jumbotron. Players and fans can see reruns and all sorts. Close-ups really enhances the watching experience.
Yeah, it's good sight lines here at the Memorial Gardens in North Bay. A lot of fans get a good look. You're fairly close.
Yeah, it's a nice intimate arena, isn't it? You're close to the action. You can see right down, and a really good atmosphere.
Last night was really warm in the building as well. Some of the players saying the ice changed maybe just a little bit here. Not quite as full this morning.
Right on those guys. Yep, we know the spot.
But a little different in the building here because a lot of arenas you'll be at the top of the seating and then walk down to your seats. Here, everyone comes in on ice level and makes their way up to their seats.
Yep. Normally used for ice hockey.
Easy control.
It's been impressively converted into a spectacular arena for curling. 400 plus volunteers helping out. These curling events would not be the same without them for sure.
No, they make this these events look easy to put on, but there's a lot of work behind the scenes between selling tickets, getting the teams all around the city where they need to and from the venue, the ice crew that puts in the ice service, and they're here well before anyone, converting it. That's another thing that they do seamlessly at all these events now. They just come in. All right, we're just going to put the curling ice on top. We'll put a little flood down, paint some rings, and this is what you get. It looks fabulous in the building, and players have loved it.
And very importantly, they've enjoyed the ice and been able to make those fantastic shots.
So just trading hits. It all started with that first stone going in, and Kim Yeon-jung deciding, yeah, let's slow things down here. Let's play the hit.
Same weight. Okay. Right on those.
So just one red. Counting in there. It won't be there for long.
9-7.
Oh, right on the nose. That'll force
9-3, 9-4.
a hit roll out to blank the end.
I'm glad you threw it like that because she kind of threw like a 9-5.
This to retain hammer. Try and keep it in the even ends.
It's all part of the strategy. Saves time, of course, for both teams, a blanked end, but it means that Korea retain the hammer, the last stone advantage, and try and build something in end number 4. Also, the even ends, 4, 6, 8, and of course 10.
You won the top 4 last time too, right? Okay, good. Yeah, but now they're going to go corner. Yes. They're going to even end it.
There we go. 3 ends played in this qualification playoff. Korea 1, USA 1. We said there were quite a few Korean fans in watching. Well, there's some of them there enjoying the action. I'm trying to get curling going for Korean fans in Toronto at the moment. The Korean cultural ambassador was here having a look. Quite a big population Koreans in that city, so we're having a look to see if we could bring them into the curling family, as it were. And this Korean team, silver at the Olympic Games, really have inspired an awful lot of people in their country to take up the sport. So good news all round. It's the same for the USA following the success of John Schuster in Pyeongchang. Schools to give the sport a try in various parts of the US, so it's great to see.
5. Looks all there, guys. Looks all there. Just top 4. Line's good. You've got a bit of room. 14-5. I think you're okay. Lot of room, lot of room, lot of room. Easy, easy, easy.
Well, they want to come into the rings. Now we're in the even ends. I know it's still early on, just the 4th end, but teams will already start thinking, trying to get the hammer towards that 10th end, knowing it's going to be a close battle back and forth.
Goes the guard, and it's good placement just on that forward line there. Monica Walker, 55% for the whole tournament.
Line's good. Tons of room.
A good start.
There's 2, 3.
Yeah, all these players put up good numbers. Actually, a slight advantage for the USA side, even though 2 games behind Korea in the standings. They
Let it die, let it die.
2% better as a team throughout the round robin play.
Nice.
It doesn't necessarily reflect number of games won then.
Doesn't always, it's which shots you make and
and then it's somebody's interpretation.
중앙에 들어간 게 차트 30이었고 앞에 게 15초 30.
So that one is open. It doesn't guard up that stone back at the forefoot. There's room. You can play the straight draw.
Naomi, she's 86%.
약간 있어 보여요. 기다려. 살짝 업. 기다려. 반대로.
Actually playing to play the tap on that stone.
가야 돼 이거. 가야 돼.
But there's a slight mistake by the Korean side.
She didn't want hers to go out, did she?
We got a good center. I think we come around it.
Okay. I think it's nice here now.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't think shorts.
Finish is pretty late, so it'll run for quite a while.
I think my outturn will curl more as well.
I think that's
Also
helpful.
a glorious chance to really get in a good position. You make this, probably force Korea to play the run back. And
She's playing well, Vicky.
5, 6, 5.
Room. Lot of room.
6, 7.
I think 8.
Don't
Vicky's
want to.
playing her second world championship.
14-2.
Played in 2015, finishing 10th.
No.
It's all the way 9.
We can always rip the corner too, right?
It was in Sapporo in Japan. First time the worlds have been to Japan.
Those are absolutely miss. I like that call.
앞에 거 치고 들어가는 거 나쁘진 않긴 한데.
아 그게 좋을 것 같은데. 네.
어떡할래 웨이트. 들어가려면 백에서 백 정도 해야 돼. 생각보다 너무 높아.
노란색이 너무 많이 남을 것 같은데. 백으로 하면은. 맞아. 너무 많이. 내보내는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
아니면 그냥 백 해서 플랜 B 그냥 이렇게. 이것도 나쁘진 않아.
백이라고? 백.
어,
7번 팔이 좋을 것 같아.
With it going deep, not forces the run, not going after the run back. It's a smart call here, trying to clear the center open, but also trying to roll the shooter onto the rings. Oh, little chip, trying to roll that one on.
That's pretty good.
Does sit open, but the bigger part of that is it opens up the center line and leaves the corner guard.
잘했어. 웨이트는 7번 나오긴 했는데.
Should run nice. Yeah. Good peel.
Oh, trying to play the run back. Avoid the jam. Nicely done as she just narrowly misses that back one.
Avoids her own. Really nice shot.
Nice shot. Sorry, I should have gone.
Yep, let's take another look at that again. 1 red, 2 reds, and just misses. And low at the back there. Well played.
웨이트만. 약해 일단 와야 돼. 들어와야 돼. 라인은 넉넉해. 아니요 돌고
Try and
있어,
build again.
라인 넉넉 웨이트만 봐. 넉넉해요. 웨이트만 맞아. 좀만 더. 계속 더.
Center line guard up.
약해? 차라리 너무.
Well, mistake there trying to get around. Now leaves a center guard for US to go around and bring Steele back as a possibility.
I got a 61 on hers. I think it's same speed as Ben Alex.
Yeah, this is where Jane had her second to last. And
Still lots of stones to come. Opportunity, and a good one at that for Alex Carlson.
Room. 5. Room. 4, 5. Wait
Mine's
only,
good.
guys. Oh,
Room.
don't kill it. Easy.
room.
Room. 4. We're
Room.
really high. Armand. Gotta go. Leave it high. Leave it high. Come on, tuck a piece. Go hard.
I don't want to.
He's gonna go. Well, that's why I want to tuck a piece.
It's not going to tuck a piece.
I agree.
Well, there you heard the discussion. They didn't want to go. They didn't want to leave the hit and roll. But where it goes now, there is the hit and roll. If they go a little further, they might be able to get it to curl and tuck a little bit underneath.
여기.
네. 컨트롤?
어.
Kim Kyung-hee, 82%. Korean third player. Keeping it straight. Look at the roll.
Well, it's very close. It looks like it might just be shot stone. Not a lot of separation between those two stones in the top of the house.
Shot. Either that or the same come around.
No, I like the run then.
Okay, just control.
Okay.
Should be straight here.
Yeah.
Good speed.
It's tight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be.
So the outturn, they have just a short little run back. They can actually possibly kick that one that they'll raise in behind cover.
10, 9-7. Clean. 9-7. Set. Whoa. Easy.
Whoa,
Easy.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Watch the roll.
Kicks it out in the open, but it'll be live 4.
Yep, nicely done. Over to Czech Republic and Russia, the other qualification playoff. Lots of zeros on the scoreboard there.
Won't be in this fourth end as Victoria Moiseva, an opportunity for 3. Need a piece of the forefoot. And it'll be a good holding of the hammer to wait, and finally score with the hammer and score 3.
It's a long way to go and a long way to come round here. How heavy is it?
Looks like it needs to stop. It's going to slide too far, so just 2 now for Russia.
The line was good too. Good on the heavy side. The first score on the scoreboard in that game, and it's a 2 for the Russian team. Played 4 ends.
I think we got enough rocks in play, and we're gonna force them.
We're in the 4th end in this one.
Just remove it.
And it's Korea who have the hammer.
I don't mind pick it out. He makes it better.
Yeah.
He's on the next one.
I think
Right.
we can play
And
something
then you
like
got one less rock to move us around.
get it out full, make a play thing. Against girls, a lot to
I like just control still. Okay, I like that.
This is the duo that worked tirelessly. That's Jamie Bourassa, the chief ice technician. Yes, well done, Jamie. Great
The royal
job.
wave.
Great job. He's had a lot of early starts and long, long days.
I think they gave him the keys to the building. He's the first one in and the last one out every day.
It is that kind of job, but
It'll move nice here.
very impressive.
I think this is good ice. Yeah.
A long discussion from U.S. whether you pick it. Do you try and make a play to keep one around? I kind of like just picking it. The only thing is it opens up that pocket in the back that Korea can then freeze to, make it difficult to remove. Playing it quiet.
Whoa.
Try and hit and stick.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yep. Word. Yes. Word. Word. Yep. Yep.
You're good.
All the way up.
Oh, it's rolled a bit.
Well, question, does it, their shooter does stick around. If it would have rolled out, that would have been a big difference. So it's 1-2 for Team USA.
여기 잡고 근데 저쯤 서거든. 아, 여기 공호. 공호 1까지. 은재 거도 공호 해도 들어갈 뒤로 하는 거 별로일 것 같아. 끝에 가서 좀 돌면서 죽는 것 같지 않아? 그래도 이쪽은 좀 괜찮아. 앞에 럼백이 있어서 너무 딱하게는 좀 별로일 것 같아. 최대한 한 6, 7 바이트까지, 7 바이트? 이만큼 돌긴 도나.
도냐고?
저보다
끝에서
반개
돌아가는 것
안쪽
같은데.
잡았는데
거의 반개 상개 안쪽 잡았는데 선일 거 이거 가드 저거야.
1? 051. 앞으로.
라인 있어.
Kim Moon-jung slightly below
일단 선율 와.
the average of the rest of the teams, 77%. She's normally in the 80s.
Yeah, and she's been lower in the last 6 games of hers in the round robin. Started off playing very well.
밖으로 가야 돼, 밖으로. 넘어가. 네? 네. 넘어가도 돼, 넘어가도 돼.
And this one just in between. We're trying to come around, hung out there, didn't move on them. U.S. in a good position for their force, and Korea not able to generate their offense unless they get a mistake out of Team USA.
Do you guys know the time on my last one?
Sorry?
Do you know the time on my last one?
I did not get it. No. It looked like
What
10.
was my last one, Alex?
What did she throw last?
10. Same weight. Okay.
Yep, so
Basically knows.
good info. Jamie Sinclair there. Same length, same weight.
And that 10 is 10 seconds between the hog lines. That's the time. We'll let you in and see what speed she throws on this takeout.
If it's around 10, then it's pretty much spot on.
A little quieter weight. That's why it's curling. Avoid the jam. They make the roll behind cover and spill it just far enough. They get away with that.
What? Sorry. I was like, no. 11-1.
Coaching bench looking on, writing that one down.
It's good enough. The roll got in behind cover.
Those 2 yellows counting at the moment for USA. Kim Moon-jung forced to put this one in just for 1. Not able to make any headway.
Yeah, her draw didn't end up sitting a very good spot on her first. Really hung out there. Now we saw the time on the hit. Now we'll see it on the draw now for the Korean side.
오면 돼. 나이는 괜찮아, 웨이트만 가. 웨이트 좋아. T-right. 죽어 보여, 죽어 보여, 죽어
Time
보여,
looks
죽어 보여.
pretty good as it's definitely speeding up. They need to get it to the forefoot.
Well worked. Slight drama as they're trying to get it in, but it's in. For just 1 though. Team really able to make any headway. Tight game, Korea 2, US 1 after 4.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's.
두 번째 됐어. 그래서 나는 두 번째 개수 먼저 하는 게 어때?
차라리 두 번째 게 밖으로 안
또
나가고.
바꿨어. 그대 쓰던 거야. 그 전에가
김경일 거.
3번인데. 그건 3번이었는데.
아니, 김경일 거 2개 했어.
2개 쓰던 거라고.
니거 이거 했을 때? 아니요, 그때 경일께 유일하게 괜찮았어. 여기 있을 때 그 유일하게 경일 괜찮아서 경일 거를 적었어. 너무 많이 썼는데? 백이 그만큼 뻗었죠. 웨이트는 비슷한 거 같지? 너도. 날아가는 느낌인데. 조금 잘 뻗어가는. 사물에 닦아.
아까 드론은 크게 안 빠졌던 것 같아, 영미 거.
뭐라고? 드론 아까 그렇게 많이 안 뻗었대.
There's numbers for you so far. And it's up to just 2-1 lead for Korea. Now, USA have a hammer in this fourth end.
웨이트 와야 돼. 색까지 와줘.
Fifth end, rather.
라인 경해.
보고 웨이트.
와줘. 웨이트 와야지. 와야지.
웨이트 가야지.
좀 센 것 같은데.
They'd love to at least take a two-shot lead into the break, USA.
푸시야, 시작.
Goes the centre line guard for Korea. Player for USA, Monica Walker.
Yeah, 3. To the room, guys. Pass you.
She's a big football fan, or soccer,
Really,
they call it in
Still
this
really
part of
tight.
the world.
Easy. I think it's there. Pretty good.
Good job.
Well, they open third end, play controlled by the States in the fourth end. US will try and dictate play a little bit. See if they can get it behind that corner guard here in 5.
일단 와야 돼. 이제 선영이.
라인 좋아.
선영이. 와, 일단 웨이트를 와줘. 여기야, 여기.
와.
라인.
Bringing this one into the house now, looking for cover.
Well, you see this play quite often by teams now with that corner guard is the hit and roll off the center. Almost want to put that, you don't want your guard to be too tight, where this is a possibility. If you put it a little bit too high, then it's hard to come around. So find that happy medium. Monica Walker and Leeds in this field have been making this shot throughout the entire week.
9, 4. Just back line. Gotta go, yeah. Gotta go. Hard all the way. Okay.
That was an early mistake by Korea in the last end. There's an early mistake by Team USA that they're going to have to chase after now.
제일 좋은 건 5 바이트.
네. 1번이야. 둘. 둘.
확실히.
둘.
일단 라인만 맞춰 그냥. 웨이트는
둘, 셋.
기다려.
둘.
라인 아니야.
셋.
아니야. 그냥 기다려줘.
넷.
네, 기다려. 내쉬면 기다려. 그냥 기다려. 들어오지 말고 그냥 기다려.
넷 들어가.
아니야.
살짝. 아니. 오케이. 셋.
Well, one team just needs to make that key shot to really try and get the momentum. Back and forth. USA's been a better team scoring multiple points with the hammer than Korea between the two. Both also force the issue very successfully.
There's that one away.
근데 더 줄여야 될 것 같아. 영미 것도 많이 빠져, 오긴 빠져.
네. 조금만 했다. 살짝만. 세다. 4초. 죽을 것 같긴 하다.
기다려.
6, 7.
기다려. 들고 있어요. 난 영미. 웨이트 확실히.
6.
영미만 봐.
5.
영미 와.
여섯.
와.
Bring another one in around that center line guard. Guards do belong to the U.S., so it's easier for them to run.
Okay.
There is a way you could hit this and get all three, but more than likely try and get 2 of those reds out. Ooh. He left that. Actually, wouldn't have complained if they probably did just rub that guard a little bit.
Yep, yep, yep. Hard, whoa, yep, yep. Hard, hard.
There she is.
Hard.
Going for 1-2.
So close. I didn't mind that double either, but that was
Yeah,
a
you had a lot
tougher.
of options.
블랙핀 차라리 이렇게 되는 게 좋긴 좋아. 치는 거 아니에요? 아 이렇게 보고. 좋아요.
다음 4초인데 1 할까? 근데 잡았어. 1번? 1번? 그냥 1 하는 게 나을까? 라인도 중요한 거야. 잡지 말고.
1번 6. 그냥 들어오자. 들어오는 게 나을 것 같아.
Well, it's been the team without the hammer. Controlling play. Just going to take one little opportunity. One team will have to try and seize.
You sense it's coming, don't you? There's going to be a moment, a significant stone, significant shot, or a mistake. Something will have to give.
Oh, well played. Corner freezing that one. There's still a little bit that you could see to try and play the yellow one to the red.
They're in front of us.
It doesn't really
Okay.
matter though. If we lose
If
that
you
one.
happen to do this, that's not bad either. Okay? Basically nose. Yeah, hair low.
Well, these are not shots that you want to be playing in order to try and generate your 2s. Normally runbacks are, because you're behind the 8 ball, you're trying to chase. Alex Carlson had a hit and roll out in the second and a chance where the U.S. looked like they had an opportunity at 2.
This needs to be spot on.
Good.
Well, not the way they wanted to hit it, but it works out really well. They lie 1, they get the center line open.
Halo.
Won't be there for long. This one overcurled. They were talking about hitting it on the nose. They actually crossed the face and hit about a half of this one.
The other red. Yeah, the crowd enjoying that one. Quite a few USA fans traveling to support the team, friends and family as well.
Jamie will have lots of family and friends in the
Both
Ottawa
sides,
area.
both sides of the border.
Short little raise is made by the Korean side.
Yeah, and only 3 reds now in the house for Korea.
I don't mind this. Take the play away from
How
the
gettable are they?
I like the
USA.
roll, but nose is tolerance.
What?
I like going for the roll, but if I nose, it's okay.
Yeah, a little roll.
Okay.
I like firm.
I do too.
Just a hair high.
Yeah. Should be straight.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so firm, same kick without a net.
Yeah. Yeah. Hard. Yeah. Hard. Yeah. Well,
She was pretty successful with her first.
That's not a bad roll where they went to. They follow that other redstone. They both roll over.
It is Korea counting. Always better to be the top of the bottom though. At the bottom.
안
That's
돼요.
okay. It's not my favorite, but just
아니면 아웃턴, 인턴, 아웃턴? 둘다 상관없는데. 여기? 가드면 돌 것 같아. 거의 네 거 지금 여기 이렇게 오거든. 그럼 좀 더 잡아야 되려나? 살짝? 네, 여기까지. 살짝 이런 느낌으로 올게요. 살짝 걸치게.
Well, they have to deal with that stone. You could just pick it straight, but because you're back button, they'll just
거기
freeze
다른
on top.
쪽으로.
You can throw a guard.
앞에 있는 가드랑 거의 비슷하게 맞아. 셋 위 정도? 너무 색 타이트하게는 말고. 거의 근데 타이트하게. 둘보다는 타이트하게 나.
2번.
라인은 좋아. 셋이야. 가야 돼. 셋. 라인 조금 기다려줘. 선열. 셋. 선열이 가야 돼. 하나, 셋. 선열이 가야 돼. 선열 많이 가야 돼. 많이 가야 돼. 많이. 와야 돼. 색깔이 와야 돼. 많이 가야 돼. 많이. 좀만 더.
Let's try and get this just a bit further up and over.
너무 많이 잡았나? 아까 내
I could just nose it. This is definitely picking this.
Yeah.
They didn't
Hopefully
guard
it
that
sticks
top
around
red.
here.
It didn't.
Shooters
They
right
didn't
on
quite
those.
get it far enough.
Tolerance.
Let's apply a
A hair high and
then you
I
just
just
nut
stuff
it.
it.
I like that, like not a ton of weight. Normal. Sure.
So I gotta get right to nose.
Yeah, but if you got the normal or 10
If you
times.
rack the top guard, that's fine.
I think normal's good.
It'll be pretty straight with this turn.
It's just like, how do you double kill it without jamming straight into that yellow?
It's good if you jam into the yellow.
She has to watch her
Then you
own
sit
here.
right here. This way, at least we're on top, you know?
If we get the right angle, we can chip us off too. Right on nose.
Yep.
Okay. What kind of weight are we thinking? Just normal.
So just off nose, they say.
Okay.
May not kill that top red one,
It'll be
but
pretty
they'll kick it
straight.
out to the side. Want to just create some separation with their stones, and not to leave a double back. Guard miss by Young Jung leaves the door open for potential for two if Jamie Sinclair can make this one.
Little up.
Whoa. 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 Off. Whoa.
9.
Whoa.
Close. Yep. Hard. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. 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 Whoa. Girl.
Yep. Go, 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 go. Good shot.
Well, kicks them out in the open.
Nice shot.
Really nice.
Hold that one a little more. They don't kick that yellow out to the side where it went.
지금 여기 들어가도 더블은 안 되잖아. 네, 내려갈 것 같아요, 어차피. 그래서 라인은 괜찮아. 컨트롤. 컨트롤. 여기. 여기. 그래서 닦아와야 될 것 같아.
컨트롤러에서 들어갈게.
끝에 대서 조금 도는 것 같긴 하다.
언니야 컬이 조금 있어.
웬만하면 그냥 닦아가면 돼. 네. 조금 타이트하게 잡아서.
Want to sit 1-2. Love to get a little bit of a roll. Not too much that it sets up that short, the yellow raise back that sits in the top of the 12-foot for a double. Nose isn't a bad result on this. You're still in a position to get your fours.
기다려 기다려 기다려. 와우. 서야 돼. 스페이스 선영이. 가가가.
Oh, very nice. Just controlled weight to sit there.
Two
No
stones
chance at two.
well separated.
Decently straight.
Nice, and can't get both of them.
Like that.
아예 그냥 바깥 라인.
Little flop in.
Go for a little hit and roll in towards the middle.
Nose or a little roll in is good. Okay. You guys like that ice?
What way are you going?
Control.
Yeah, we had some good movement here before, so I like that.
Thinking a 10's okay.
Yeah.
And here she goes.
Clean. Clean.
Secure
Easy
one
on
here
ball.
for Team USA.
No.
It's got some backing. Yes, it has. It's in sticks. That's enough. Need to roll.
10-2.
So still nothing really given away here at all from either team.
That was way less than it really was. What was
Level
it?
again as they head into the break. Korea 2, USA 2.
What? A hair big? No, it was good.
Cold out here, huh?
Thank you. If anything, it was like a hair solid, but I
it's
just had
nice.
down and I was
Right. 서울시긴 하는데. 그래도 아예 안 나가나 했어.
Well, first end. Not wasting any time getting into a lot of stones in play. This is the only chance at 2 we've seen, and it's Kim Young-jung coming up just shy, narrowly misses out. And it's only a single point for Korea to start this game off. Well, after it looked like 2 might be set up for Team USA, it slipped away and pressure draw against multiple counters. Jamie Sinclair, Team USA, able to just guide this one in right to the forefoot to tie the game up at 1 apiece.
one yellow.
And right back into the 4th end. Another force in order. Kim Young-jung draw against 2. Real late scrub to get it to the forefoot, and they'll get it just into the forefoot. USA ties it up in 5, so we are 2-2 halfway through.
How's the speed? One side faster than the other? Is it pretty good? Well, we've been able to keep a little pressure on her too.
Well, keeping you up to date. The other qualifier game, the 4 versus 5, Czech Republic and Russia. First score was in that 4th end. Russia lying 2 right now.
Anna Kveshkova back after illness, back in her skipping role.
Well, Kveshkova just about made an angle raise on her first, just touched it over. Russia drew in to lie 2, and that's really the best that she could do, was to try and cut it down to a steal of 1. As she makes her first, she might score 3 or 4. Instead, gives up the steal and trails 3-0 through 5 ends in these 2 games that are going on to determine who will play Canada and Sweden in the semifinals later today.
That's a good lead for Russia there to the 5th end break. So Czech Republic with a bit of work to do. Who knows, in Korea against the US, our featured playoff qualification game. Lots of support for Korea inside the Memorial Gardens Sports Centre. Great facility, plenty of entertainment in this 5th end break. Canadians love their curling. They've had a fantastic week here and more still to come. And the players enjoy this too. There's the stats from our game, the Korea-USA game. Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag in there in terms of comparisons.
Sort of shows you why it's a 2-2 game.
glimpse of the World Championship trophy
Hey,
there.
hey. Good, though. We're good.
Within reach for all these teams at this stage.
Let us know.
Well, it was
Use
in
the
reach
board,
of a
guys.
few of the
Good.
fans yesterday. They have it
14-8.
out on display. Teams were able to go take, fans were able to go get their picture taken with it.
Good judge.
Of course, this is the new trophy that was introduced last year.
This spectacular piece of silverware. Which country's name will be engraved on it in 2018. So much still to happen. Let's give you some comparisons and accuracy levels. Still pretty good. The lead player.
기다려. 언니 가까워. 기다려.
And team talks at half-time. Look, what would be the, first of all, the Korean bench saying,
가드 더 줄여도 될 것 같아, 웨이트.
They've had a few little mistakes, but it's just try and take advantage. There's a mistake early, so USA will hit that. USA says maybe if we can try and get the hammer back, or even a blank here in the 6th end, see what
It should
Korea
go
does.
that way,
That's why they
even
started the
with
first stone in. Now we'll hit and roll here. Blank here would be a good thing for Team USA. It would take away the 3-2 hammer advantage, try and get the hammer back for USA into the even ends.
Monica Walker can't remove this because it is in the house. So I wonder if that will come back to haunt Korea. That's a
9-4.
wasted stone from their point of view.
9-4. Okay. Just a bit full. Okay.
많이 잘 나가는 것 같아.
75% lead player for this game. Lower than her normal.
웨이트만. 기다려, 기다려, 기다려.
I'm just going on a hunch, but I think with the corner guard coming up, that first one sliding in, the US will peel this one. They're going to go up, rip the front.
하는 거의 비슷한 것 같아.
They don't have a problem if this is a blank
가보단
end.
약해.
Korea will want to score, try and generate their offense, but that first stone sliding in takes that opportunity away.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good.
Well, USA, exactly what they're looking for. It's a good game for Vicky Persinger. Try and stay clear and just keep the front open.
No, I got 9-4. I thought you were just a hair full, but I was icing you max because it curls so much.
Yeah.
Kim Song-yeol,
파이팅!
80%.
이거 와야 될 것 같아. 계속. 계속 와야 돼.
Player known
계속
as
와야
Sunny.
돼. 좀만 더.
우리 자꾸 이상한 거 같아. 가야 돼, 가야 돼, 가야 돼. 왜안 가냐?
It's a long guard. Just
Yeah, 'cause that was pretty
sitting
useless.
beyond that roll curling logo.
Where is that? Tight. Yeah.
약간 찼어요. 아, 그래서 그런 거야? 약하게 차서 안으로 들어가서 제가 다 봤다가 상을 살린 거야. 몇 시야?
Well, a little change of plans with that guard being so long. Now, let's put the center line guard out in front.
Yeah, me too.
Try and draw a play to the center.
2.
Which I'm kind of a little surprised they didn't just
Find
go up
good.
and peel the
2's
guard.
okay. It's got room. 3.
We're
3,
3.
4. No. It's pretty tight.
See some teams that'll play
I think you
A
might
lot.
have to go anyways.
Full 4.
more the percentages to the scoreboard, try and keep the hammer into the even ends. In that case, a blank here isn't a bad thing for Team USA.
그냥 치고 이렇게.
Try and force create a 1 and 7, score in 8, and then you have that hammer position barring a steal heading into the 10th end.
이네.
Certainly suit USA if they were to blank this end. Hits and catches.
That's a great shot.
Beautiful.
Rolls in behind cover too. The double and roll. Sunny things are looking more sunny now for Korea here in the 6th end.
Haven't seen too much of this type of shot, just to get everybody going. Beautiful double there, but the roll was key. Watch the roll here of the red stone. Over to the right hand side, at the top of the 12 foot, more importantly, under that curling goal line. So USA response here.
Vicky.
Just past the guard. And away goes red. And the shooter.
Now here's where I think USA didn't peel that guard, because where it is, it's on that World Curling Federation logo up at the top. You'd want that on the Ford logo. Coming around, you got to be the top part of the house, and you can still get at it.
Kim Kyung-hee, 88% for this game. He's out of Yusong Curling Club, otherwise known as Gyeongbuk.
Well, but this one will be a miss. Now, probably see the peel of the corner. Nothing else in the rings and nothing else in play. Alex Carlson's numbers are down. She had been really good throughout the week, and most surprising seeing them down. She'd been sort of the key cog on this USA team.
When she's not curling, she's a medical device quality consultant.
That's a title.
She likes board and yard games, sewing and hanging out with her cat.
Well, not a lot doing now in this 6th end.
Oh, it's nibbling on the outside edge there. Korea.
I like this feeling that
Well, it's not much of a
nose is okay.
end being constructed by either side here in the 6th end for Jamie Sinclair. But just really
I don't mind.
have to work hard, try and go for a force in that 7th end. Numbers for Jamie.
Yeah, she's 88%. Performing the best in the team.
Clean, just
She was
clean.
the 3rd top skip percentage-wise throughout round robin.
Sorry, 9-2.
She didn't want that one to stay, did she?
It's nice to stick around because you know you're probably going to get the hit here from Korea. They could try the freeze, but Korea doesn't really want to be forced to one in this type of an end with just skip stones. If they did it earlier in the end, you might see a freeze. For
She's picked up
Kim Young-jung
in this game. Picked up for the big game.
Korea's never medaled at a world championship. Trying to do that this year. Need a couple of wins to do that. Of course, sudden death playoffs. Loser eliminated. Winner moves on to the semifinals. If Korea wins, they play Sweden. That'd be this afternoon. USA wins, they play Canada this evening.
Remember, Eun-jung Kim only ever played in one Women's Worlds.
Kea Lindholm, 3-time world champ, is the national team coach for Sweden.
He's not paying much attention to this game, is he?
Oh, he's probably listening to us.
Ah.
dialing it up there so
better
we can get
watch
the
what we say
insight.
then.
Getting the insight from us and listening in. He knows his team's going to be in good position. Of course, the Olympic gold medalist Anna Hasselborg. I'm not sure who they're going to play yet.
The men's team have fared not too badly as well. Nicolas Sedin.
Yeah, both in the on the podium in Pyeongchang.
Good result for Sweden.
And nose right back for Team USA. Yeah, the women's program for Sweden have done quite well at the Olympic Winter Games. Won 3 of the last 4, losing the final 4 years ago to Jennifer Jones and Team Canada in Sochi.
Going back to Korea, look, this is only Kim Woon-jeon's 2nd World Championship. She was 6th last year, so it has been a phenomenal rise, really, in terms of this team over the last 2 or 3 years.
They have worked very hard and a lot of time and money put into this team towards the Olympics. Not a lot of time into this 6th end, but it'll go up. 0s on the board.
And the Pacific Asians this year as well. Qualification tournament out in Australia. But 2-2 after 6.